Welcome back, everyone, to the Supreme Ruler Ultimate, episode number 20? 19? Let's see, the last one was... I have it right here. Let me just look. Episode 19. Okay, so this is episode 20. Wow, we're making it far. I'm not going to read through any of the comments from last video. I think maybe every 2 videos I'll do a summary. Except, I will make an exception. So, the run-of-the-mill, normally... We're just getting a really good role-playing. How many times can you say this is really good? Highlights. I guess we will just kind of go over them. We had the Undersecretary, blah blah blah, of the CIA, mentioning that it's dangerous for me to insinuate something about France. Of course, President Tortuga would never do that. We had Spartan of Rome, the congressman from Pennsylvania, informing us that it's okay to be a pacifist. That doesn't make you communist. And then actually the one that I would read one line from at least is Senator Tabman, Senator of Texas, a member of the Hawk Council, as he admits. President Tortuga, the Hawk Council of the Senate understands your strategic position vis-a-vis China. If the United States is to pursue a true war and not a proxy war with China, then preparations need to be made now. Units must be built, transported, and stockpiled in friendly Korea and Thailand without delay. So I won't read the rest, but basically, I will read the next line. It's nice. With the new technological marvels coming out of our research facilities, this great country can field military forces that are unrivaled. It's time to pursue a path that will lead to a declared war with the heathen communist Chinese. So I think we can all agree with some of what Senator Tabman was saying there. One, that our military is producing some really good stuff. And I mentioned another comment to somebody else that it's about time for us to take like a threefold plan as I envision it. First is to deploy into Korea. And this is like, we fought so hard to win Korea. Remember we had that fickle business and, anyways, it all worked out. We now have Korea back. So we fought hard, we won this position, puts us nicely in striking distance of the Soviet Union, should we ever come to blows. But it also gives us a really nice northern entry point into China, which is probably not where China expects it. But, so that's one, fortify Korea. The second is get rid of some of our old equipment by selling it to our allies. I really feel like this is a strong thing that right now the current administration can do. And third is to fortify Thailand. So if we're going to be mostly on the sidelines for the French-Chinese affairs going on, well, it's basically the NATO-Chinese affairs. So Danyang is almost captured. And that's going to be probably the straw which broke the camel's back. I don't think we'll see a big surge back that passes Danang again for the remainder of the war. And I want to be honest, we do have the ability to stop that, but I'm not going to. So essentially, this is like an out-of-character decision, which I'm not sure what the best role-playing framework for it is, but I did talk with somebody from the Battle Goats staff, actually. So I talked to somebody through the Discord. I was going to do a bug report on this Leningrad thing, and... So somebody's looking into it, basically. There's no feedback yet, but a person has contacted me, so this is good. The game is, 3 years old, 4 years old? I think they released Supreme Ruler Ultimate in 2015. That might not be true, but... so it's nice that they still have somebody, at least kind of supporting the game. I guess that the pathfinding is not very good in this game and something. But anyway, hopefully there's some workaround other than... restarting the game. We don't want to do that. Alright, so that's my usual... Wow, only 4 minutes before we unpause. And we can unpause because, as I said, we're kind of going to be letting these things happen. But we have like 1 day before this research pops. And I have some research for us to conduct. Let's see, what was it? Not infantry. I don't think there's anything here at all. Although that's not a bad towed gun. There's the telltale sound of the research finishing, the super carriers. So that's going to give us the first nuclear carrier that we have the option to build, the Enterprise, I believe. However, I think that it's just not worth trying to build. The Forrestal is even better, frankly. So, all right. So one of the things I know that we want is this Sky Warrior, the Elent. So we recently actually researched, unfortunately, or maybe it's fortunate. Maybe this is like one of those things where we can't get one without the other. So we researched the Sky Knight, which has this good range, 2,500. It's quick. Most importantly, it can be deployed on carriers. Pretty good defense, 25 to 19. It's not too expensive, but just incredible range, 180 kilometers. And we can put it on carriers, which is going to be great. Our carriers themselves are going to have ranges, or somebody in the fleet with the carrier is going to have a range of over 100, probably like 108, 120 maybe. So these won't help too much, but it's nice to have them. It's even nicer to have one that has a range of 235. I was going to say 238. I was close. So 235 is, now we're talking, this is very serious. This is like, we're going to detect things from very, very far away. Now, I looked into the scouting mechanic. Let's cue this one. I looked into the scouting mechanic a little bit. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. 4621. What have I done? 2219. Wow. How expensive? Slightly more. Less range. It has sub detection. Wow. That's awesome. I think we're going to research this thing. Reaction time high. It actually has anti-submarine capabilities. This is extremely important because precision spotting, I think this is a bug, but I will exploit it if push comes to shove. I believe precision spotting can be used, so not only for submarines, but for other stealth units, including, believe it or not, spies. I believe that spies are actually considered stealth units. So there was a British spy over here for a while. It's gone now, but what is this? No, that's... Anyways, the spies appear, and they are... one of my previous Cold War campaigns, I decided to do espionage on the Soviet Union, which was the worst decision I ever made. They then spammed like 2 to 3 spy attacks against me a day, and I set up all kinds of spy defense to capture them, but it's hopeless. You just sit there and you're constantly rebuilding production facilities and stuff, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I've been looking for a way to solve this problem, and this is a nice one. U2 Recon is much more expensive, $1 billion per year. I think we're going to let that one slide. We're not going to do that one. But this tracker, I'm going to queue it. Oh, it's considered a close air target. Interesting. But it does need a long deck to fly. Okay, I was wondering if this was maybe like a Harrier, a VTOL. I still like it though. I actually still quite like it. So it kind of makes sense. It needs to fly very close to the ground to detect, submarines or whatever. So I think we'll still get one. I mean, we'll at least research it and have it in our back pocket, and then we can scroll through the list of production items at some point. So let me just add it. It's actually going to queue before. That's fine, actually. I think I would prefer it to be queued before. Now, it won't actually be queued before anything else because we have a few other things coming up, which are going to take its place. So the Matador, this is a nuke. We want some non-nuclear rocket options. The Lacrosse is probably, I think, what we go for, or is it the Cudgel? This is 80 and 60, and it has 1,000 kilometer range, 700 kilometers per hour. Oh. The Cudgel is much better, though. No, that's not it. There is a better Cudgel. So this is land launched. What is it? Air launched? Hook, that's it. Okay. The Hook has a sea attack value of 100. So this is a really good anti-ship missile. We're going to queue it up. Petrol, only 40. This thing's like sea, well, surface, I guess, surface to land. But we have the T-LAM coming up. This is going to be much, much better. There was one, I guess it is the lacrosse. So it's nice to have some land-launched missiles. If we wanted to, we could use this, deploy this. That's pretty darn expensive to build, though. I'm not sure I'm in love with that. Well, it only takes 4 days to research it. Might as well just keep it in our back pocket as an option. So we'll queue that one up as well. So we're starting to look at some of the options for missiles, and that means eventually we're going to want to build more missile production facilities, but we can wait on this for now. There's the cudgel. There's the upgraded cudgel I was referring to, but it's not even good, so we'll leave it. And for now, do we want... Well, we can't get this because we need different research anyway. So there we have it. We have a few ready. What is the lacrosse? Oh, I can't build it yet. Well, cancel that research. We'll find something else to do. I thought there was 2 I could do. Maybe I just misread. I probably thought that that did not have... Oh, nukes. Okay, yeah, right. I'm trying to avoid using nukes for now. Yeah. Okay, well, that's good for now. Let's on pause. Let's speed up to fast. We'll have to move our ships out at some point as well. Oh, this is the Midway. That's right, our Iowas are now back in the Philippines. How are they going to get repaired there? I think they do repair very slowly. Sometimes you just have to give them a movement order and they repair. Did not work in this case, but it could. What I want to do is look for those aircraft. That's what I really want to... I want to give my aircraft a chance. So the Corsairs... Let's give the Corsair... Well, let's take a look at the speed difference between these. 657 and 640. That's pretty close. I want to let them all go together. Okay. Air superiority. I think that we are correctly... Wow. 1, 2... Oh. Where's 1? Oh, okay, so let's reserve you. And this new group will become my Control 1. That was our old twin Mustang. It's really fun to use carriers. So we're still missing those shipments of rubber from the British. That's okay. We'll let it slide. They're a good ally. People were talking about building more stuff. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to start building more stuff. Well, mainly because I want to build those Green Berets when we get them. How far away are they? Still 100 days. Alright, let's try to squeeze in another round of something. I think tanks. How long did they take? 95 is pretty much perfect. Wow, we have 60 of them. Now, they are the best. I mean, extremely good at city combat. What was the Easy 8 again? 18 and 10. Yeah, they are better. Alright, we'll get 10 more. 12 more, I guess. I'm a softie. You want me to build tanks? I'll build tanks. Military goods. Gonna decline this as always. They're never asking for good rates. Ah. Yeah, good. Go in. Oh, we did it! We did it! We're chasing them. We did not engage the lamb, funny enough. Oh, we did, but only if it's on our side. Ah, another one. Did we just lose? Ah! There goes the Bearcat. Well, alright. Note to self, the Bearcats are not exceptionally... what's the word I'm looking for? Robust. Durable. Seem pretty vulnerable to air combat, so I think we were keeping some around. We might ship those off as well. We're getting new aircraft. I mean, we'll just ship everything. We'll buy, like, Japan wants all these things. Let's sell them all to Japan. That was a bummer, though. Petroleum, the rate's about right. We'll do it. I think doing trade deals with everyone makes everyone happy. So let's just try to do a lot of trade deals. Oh my god, that's a lot of things missed. So many. Eventually it'll stop, and they still will back pay us those. So we're not going to miss them. Comes another wave. Oh, we even have Spanish coming in here. Well, Danong has not fallen yet. So sad that we lost that Bearcat. Jeez, that thing just crumbled, though. I have to take a look. Do not remember them being that flimsy. Be under patrol, so probably towards the bottom. I think this is it. 16, 16. 14, 16. It's the same defense. 16. Huh. Well, the one thing I maybe missed is... Yep, there it is. Their strength is less because they're a patrol craft. That's right. So we really shouldn't be using them as... Can you combine two? I don't think so. I think it's just intentionally set that patrol craft... You know, if you're not a combat wing, if it's a patrol wing, they don't need the same number of aircraft in the squadron. And that's probably what's going on here. But I mean, I should just pay more attention to that. Why, that thing just died. Okay, so patrol craft, good to know. Don't necessarily want to use them too much. Yeah, we want to start selling, and even the Easy 8s. Okay, so we talked about equipping Korea. We do have some more stuff we can equip. This Sherman is going to reserve. And these Conquerors are going to the front. Keep sea transporting over there. Sounds good. Okay, so we had these Bearcats. I want to give them another chance. Can we merge, though? This is the question I wanted to ask. Can we merge them? No option to merge here, which means they're already at full strength. Yeah, we can split, but we can't merge. What's the difference? It's 18 versus what's like a combat one? 9. Yeah, it's exactly half. Okay, well. Let's keep an eye on what's going on. Oh, yeah, they're definitely pushing. They're making a lot of ground on the west. We could even put some defensive troops, some guards on this railroad. Now, if we do go to war, if they do end up taking all of Vietnam and we go to war with them, it's going to be really nice to have Thailand. We can just cut off. We can actually just do a push over to Vinh and to Da Nang and Hue, and actually probably Hue, take this road basically. So we have supply. We just push a little bit south of it. It's going to be nice to do that. And because we know... That's okay. I know Ireland's already allied with the Soviet Union, but... So if we push across on that road and hold this... they aren't cut off because they have this entire... I mean, they are from land, but they have this huge ocean they can just... Right? But the Navy is definitely going to be a strong point for me. So we can probably prevent them from retreating that way. So we have... Yeah, these things are probably going to, finish very quickly. Look at that. Oh, it's a garrison. It's waste management. We're just going to queue up the next one right away. We'll queue this up. City power generation. That sounds good. That's something I can get behind. Okay, we got waste management. Okay, so we need to pause just to make sure that, yeah. Improve waste management should step up next. Output of industrial goods, 2%. We'll take it. Wow. Even the Norwegians are getting involved. Okay, get these back on. And who is next? Wow, that's... Modern helicopters. Oh, this is exciting. We're going to get the Sea Stallion, which is a huge aircraft. A Chinook. Some of the older ones, we don't care about those. We get the Huey gunship, the UH-1C. The Sea King ASW, the Sea Sprite. Well, actually, the Sea Sprite might be the better ASW here. No, the ASW one is. But some pretty good aircraft. I mean, helicopters. Is this... I don't remember if we get this one as well. Probably not. Because of the name. Oh, man. I gotta stop recording these so late at night. It's the only time I have. 2.8! Oh my gosh! It's happening! Labor shortage is finally ending. And honestly, I don't feel like the... Wow, never mind. I was going to say I don't feel like the rubber situation is that out of hand, but I stand completely corrected. That is out of hand. About as out of hand as you can get. Alright, well, let's stop these annoying messages. Okay, almost over. 90 days, how long has it been? I don't know. We only agreed with 90 days. Okay, so let's continue to position these troops. Did these guys land yet? No, not yet. Let's pull this entire group just back one more hex. Maybe get these guys... Well, they are where they should be, frankly. What do we get? The unit design? Yeah, the hook. So that's a... We can probably start producing that. It's going to take 10 days, 3 million Z. I think that this is good, because we're going to get some helicopters which have surface attack capability. I mean, yeah, anti-ship. And this is going to give them quite a punch. I think the one okay, which one is it? Is it like the Sea Sprite? No. Oh my gosh, it's the... Not the Black Hawk, but the... Pave Hawk? I forgot the name. Anyway, it has like room for... Oh, this is size 5, so that's actually kind of a big missile. Okay, you know what? I don't think we want too many of these. Size 5 is pretty big. Cannot even fit on a destroyer. That's how big it is. In fact, what can this fit on? Do I have anything capable of... I mean, I'm sure I have something, but... What are we going to have access to that's going to fire such a large missile? Oh, we can look at the upcoming destroyers. That's right, I did this off camera, but it might be interesting. So these are only size 4 maximum size missile they can launch. It's interesting because I think I mentioned before, the Forrest Sherman, the Dealey, the Misher, even though it's ASW, these are like the first tier of destroyers you get after World War II, or after the Cold War starts, at least, after 1949. And they have ASW. Even the ASW destroyer itself has 0 precision spotting, which means it only relies on counterfiring after a submarine has launched. And I think that every submarine attack is considered a hit. In this game, I don't think there's like a chance for you to detect them, as in they fired but missed, didn't do damage. I guess that doesn't happen, or at least as far as I can tell, it doesn't. So that means that they're going to kill a ship every time before you can detect them. Maybe that's how it still goes anyways, but Actually, if you're being attacked by a submarine and you didn't see them, you could still try to hunt them down with any ship that has, well, let's look, like this, 21 or 19. And the big deal between the Charles, so this is 4 and 16, this is 6 and 24. So if we got the gearing Fram, we would be capable of launching the bigger missiles. What are the upsides, the downsides? Well, first of all, the Charles F. Adams, probably one of the biggest weaknesses, I think, is its range is only 4,500. Now, you could probably get away with working around that. It has 380 submarine attack at 66 kilometers. You're probably not going to be detecting things that far away anyway, but 380, and I think the Fram is better. 395 at 107, so longer range. 220 and 107 means 220 and 33, so in a lot of ways the gearing Fram is better. 50 and 50 versus 35 and 4, so it's cheaper. But the biggest thing is, and I didn't point out until now, the 55 kilometers an hour speed, so it is pretty slow. 30 and 25 at 10, way better. So the Charles F. Adams might even be it might even have to be the candidate, despite its very, very low range, just because it has quite good anti-air. Higher defenses. It won't be able to launch those missiles, but that's fine. We haven't started creating them anyway. It's a tough one. My decision previously has been usually just to skip it. The Navy, I think the Navy side of things, the U.S. is so far ahead, we can afford to be a little bit lax for a couple generations. And the weird thing is we're actually just building our advantage by doing this, because then when the time comes to build something cutting edge, the newest technology, we're going to just completely update the Navy for that, and we're going to have, probably before you even update, let's say I wait, I don't do these upgrades, I'm just sticking with, what was it? It's not the gearing, the Fletcher, what do you call it again? The Coney. Yeah, it is a Fletcher. So this thing's pretty good. It's definitely a good escort. I mean, good anti-submarine. Not that great in terms of destroying other ships, but it's so rare that you actually end up using your destroyers to target other ships, that at least ships that they'll have difficulty with. This is going to take out any of those patrol craft, so it's fine. Anyways, we're getting too much into the weeds here. Let's continue to move things forward. So we want to sell some of our stuff. Rangers are now kind of obsolete, because we're getting green berets pretty soon. So I think what I want to do with this group is actually just send them back to reserve. I don't really want to do that. It doesn't give me the right feeling. I mean, to bring them all the way out here and then tell them to go back to reserve. I think I'll set up the trade deals to sell off units to the Japanese and other Asian countries next at the end of this episode, before the next one. So I'll do it off camera. Let's see. What else is going on? We're not building any navy. I think that's okay though. We have 4 Nautiluses. They're pretty good too. They do take uranium. We have 4 already. I think that's what dropped our uranium down to like nothing. Oh no, we're kind of doing okay. In fact, sales are just waiting on me. I can't believe we're still missing these commodity transfers. Come on, UK. Pull yourself together. They aren't listening. Well, maybe... Yeah, that's it. They're taking Da Nang. Probably time for us to just pull out of here. Well, we can continue to show a token of support. Just a token amount of support. It's Merchant Marine. Ah, it's Merchant Marine. Not a good idea to land there, buddy. Huh, they're not. So yeah, it would be nice if they fixed this one issue. USSR is up to over 2,000 Merchant Marine kills. Which is really absurd. Ah! Coup d'etat. Argentina. Probably not the first or the last. I mean, I don't think it's the first, but definitely not the last. Their new government does not like me. I think we'll just acknowledge that for now, and we'll just wait for another coup d'etat to bring in a more friendly government. Which is something you have to worry about. Like, for example, if I end up pushing them on road doctrine and start kind of gobbling up, I won't probably annex, I'll just liberate as with a friendly government. You can kind of think of this as something like the Bay of Pigs, but, you know, it might go correct. Oh. Why do we have two carriers here? Wow, we'll send all these guys west. How are we doing on time? 31 minutes. I might cut this video to a close. I might bring it to a close a little bit earlier than I normally would. Just because I'm tired. I'm just trying to get these videos out. Hey, a video every other day is like my goal. But in this, sometimes I don't know, maybe it's not worth it to try. Might be worth it to just wait one extra day and have better quality releases. I heard the bombers. There they are. It's tempting. I'm actually outnumbered now. Well, no, not now, but... Well, there he is. There he goes. Well, the Nong's holding okay. They do have Spanish have an elite guard in there, given the Russians, or sorry, the Chinese, something to think about at least. Okay, B-36s. Did we set up our strategic reserve? I believe we did. No, we didn't. Okay, cool. This is pretty nice. We can set up our strategic reserve. Alright. So, we have a lot of peacemakers, but forget about those. Let's get the B-52s. Let's get them in. We're going to start assigning all the B-52s. Can I just shift-click? Control-click. Oh. Yeah, control-click does work. 8. We got 8 now. They're being transferred from reserve to strategic reserve, which means that they're off limits. This would do all these. I don't want to select any of the B-36s though. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so I think we only have B-36s left here. That's true. And look at that, exactly 30, so we know that those are all the Strato Fortresses, the first wave of B-52s. And what are these B-52s going to be using? Well, hopefully nothing, ever. But we will allow them to use 10 kiloton nukes, or better 10 kiloton nukes, I guess. We're just going to allow them to use anything that they want. So now if I chose to do a 25% strike or something like that, my B-52s would manually take off, fly over, drop nukes on targets, and then return home. It's pretty cool. So with the modern helicopter done, we're going to call this video to an early close here. Just apologize. I need to hopefully do a little... I expect the next video will be a little bit longer, hopefully more coherent. Good push by the Chinese. Not good for us, I guess, but in some ways it is still good for us because we do want this Chinese-French war to end so I can speed up time so we can get more troops in position. And I keep neglecting to push troops forward. And we have a lot in reserve, which we'll have to get to as well. It's going to be tough to see what to do with those patrol craft. I was kind of counting on the Bearcats to be actually pretty good at air combat. But I guess the strength does play an important role. So we might end up scrapping all these. Well, no, we'll put them on reserve and we'll give them to other people. But it is nice to have, especially your allies, having good patrol craft because then it helps your visibility. So anyway, we'll figure out all this and more, I'm sure. More problems popping up, rearing their ugly head in the next episode. Yeah, we'll take care of all that and look at more research for helicopters. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.